Some of the biggest natural gas transmission and production companies in the world, many of them based right here in Texas, have been named in a lawsuit surrounding that deadly winter storm from 2 years ago. The lawyers filing the suit, they say, forget everything you've been told. The real reason the power grid failed and people died is greed. Since the day the power first began to fail, the only explanation coming from politicians and public officials was power generators and gas producers failed to properly winterize their infrastructure. But a lawsuit recently filed by a gas industry insider who helped expose the Enron scandal 20 years ago says he's caught the major gas trading and transmission companies in Texas doing the same thing, orchestrating the intentional and manipulative withholding of supply, causing prices to increase more than 500-fold during that week following the record-setting freeze 2 years ago.
The 44 companies that we're suing, they dropped production in the face of extreme weather, growing demand, which meant an accelerator on the price increase.
Attorney Alan Cantor represents the plaintiff, CirclesX Recovery LLC. He says the Texas consumers have already had to pay the price in terms of discomfort, damage claims, and massive loss of life. He also says Texans statewide have been stuck with a tab that he hopes the transmission and trading companies will ultimately be held accountable for.
Almost $20 billion is going to be paid by Texans over time for to make up for the losses that were due to manipulative action by a few bad companies. That's just not right.
The companies being sued have all denied being part of a scheme to create and capitalize on an energy crisis. Attorney James Mann, who represents the Texas Pipeline Association, calls the allegations false and the crisis a natural disaster.
So everybody was out buying gas. Everybody was out getting all the gas they could, getting contracts for all the gas they could, and that naturally drove the price up. It was a market reaction to an event everybody knew was coming.
One of dozens of lawsuits that have been filed against many of these same companies, one of them Energy Transfer. The pipeline company made $2.4 billion in profits during that deadly winter storm, and the board chairman, Kelsey Warren, later contributed $1 million to Governor Abbott's re-election campaign. All of it publicly reported and all of it perfectly legal.